10 red cards I can't stop using. Number 10, we got Word of Seizing. This card costs 5 mana. It has split second. You untap a target permanent and you gain control of it until the end of turn. It gains haste. Amazing card. I love it because it has split second. People can't activate their abilities on the stack. This card has saved me multiple times, multiple games. The last time I played, it saved me twice. Number 9, we got Double Vision. It's a 5-cost enchantment. Whenever you cast your first instant sorcery spell each turn, you copy it. It's an amazing card. Red's got some of the best instant sorceries in the game. And to get double value on those is amazing. And people are going to use their target removal on that because it's kind of like a lightning rod. People don't like seeing it laying around. You can usually save up your instants to cast on other people's turns to get double values. Number 7, we got Dual Caster Mage. It's one of my favorite creatures. It costs 3 mana. It has flash. Whenever you cast this spell, you can copy target instant or sorcery card. I love this card because you can copy your own instant or sorceries or your opponent's. Whenever they cast them, if they're doing something awesome, you're like, me too. Somebody takes an extra turn, me too. It's an amazing card. Great value. I wish I had more of them. Number 6, we're going to go with Archetype of Aggression. This is a 3-mana enchantment creature. It's a 3/2, and it gives all creatures you control trample. All your creatures your opponents control can't have trample, and they lose trample. It's an amazing card. I usually stick it in all my combat damage decks, which is a lot of red. Number 6, we have Reckless Endeavor. 7 mana for a sorcery. Roll 2 d12s. You choose 1 to do all damage to all creatures. You choose 1 to create that many treasure tokens. It's very flexible. It gives you an optional board wipe. You can deal a little bit of damage to all the creatures, or a lot of damage to all the creatures, depending on what you need to do. And you also get some treasure tokens off of it. It's an amazing card. If you have room for it, put it in there. Great board wipe, great treasure creation. My number 4 card is going to be Brash Taunter. I love this card because whenever you deal damage to it, it deals that much damage to target opponent. It has Indestructible. It's a 1/1. It costs 5 mana, so it's kind of steep. But I love it because you can even battle your own creatures. If you're playing any other colors or your opponent's playing big creatures, you can deal 10, 15, 20 damage really fast. I love this card. I put it in a lot of decks. It usually gets cut, but still an amazing card. Number 3 card, we have Delena, Wild Mage. Costs 4 mana. It's a 3/2. Whenever you attack, you choose a creature on your battlefield. Roll a d20. You either create one of those creatures or create one and roll again. It could give you lots of ETBs a second time, or give you attack triggers 2, 3, 4 times in the turn. Can end the game if you get really lucky. That's not usually what it does, but it does create value, and people usually don't like seeing it. So like Double Vision, it's kind of a lightning rod, so people used up their target removal on that card. Amazing card. I can find a spot for it in a lot of my decks. My number 3 card is going to be Zorn. I love this card. Treasures are running rampant in Commander, and Zorn lets you create an extra one every single one of those times. It's an amazing card. It only costs 3 mana. When you play it, it usually sticks around the battlefield for a little while. People hate using the removal on this card, and it gains you so much value. If you're creating any kind of treasure tokens, it's a great include. My number 2 card is going to be Professional Facebreaker. It's a 3-cost, 2/3 with Menace. Whenever one or more creatures deals combat damage to an opponent, you create a treasure token. So it can pay for itself. If you're playing with 3 opponents and you play this card, attack 3 different people, you create 3 treasure tokens. You can also sacrifice the treasures to be able to play the top card of your library. It gives you the card advantage you need to end games late game, and it gives you the mana advantage early game. It's a really good card. It came out in Streets of New Capenna. One of my favorite cards of the set. I'm glad they printed it. And my number 1 card, you can find in every single one of my red decks. If it's got red, it's got this card. It's called Fable of the Mirrorbreaker. It's an enchantment saga. It's got 3 different stages. First stage, you create a 2/2 goblin. When it attacks, you create a treasure token. If you're playing any more than 1 color, it helps you fix your colors. The 2/2 goblin usually gets 2 or 3 attacks off, so you make 2 or 3 treasures from it by itself. Second stage, you can discard up to 2 cards and draw that many cards. It's kind of a bummer you don't get to draw the cards first, but that's perfectly fine because it lets you filter through your deck when you need to. And if you're running any kind of graveyard recursion, it gives you the opportunity to discard the cards you need to. And then its final stage, you exile it, transform it. Its ability lets you create a copy of a creature you control, but you have to sacrifice it at the end of turn. It's an amazing card. Again, you can get your ETBs, but it's more controlled. You can do it on anybody's turn. It is so useful. You can create a copy of the Goblin token if it's still on the field and make 2 treasures per turn. I love copying Terror of the Peaks with it. Again, one of my favorite cards. It gains so much value on every game I play it. If you have room, put it in there. If you don't, make some room for this card. Thanks for watching, guys. King Luke. Subscribe for more. Peace.